and hello. Alright, back to Doki Doki, because I want to try to play it. I really want to play it. So I'm making a video a little extra early. I don't know if I'll post it at the same time, but I'm making it early. If I didn't have to work tomorrow, I'd probably do more. Now, you're on the first night of making a pillow. Now, I love Monica, but as you see, Monica is not an option still. At least not yet. So, there can only be one. There can only be one. Hippity hoppity. Hippity hoppity on the fluffy. Pouty. Silly. Suicidal. No. Treasure? No. None of these are cute. There we are. And sticky. Smile? Damn it. Laugh. God damn it. Papa. You're perfect. Jumpy. And marshmallow. And push. Oh, god damn it. No Shiori in there. I want Shiori in there. I want Natsuki. Oh well. All is it has mostly Natsuki. That's fine. Alright. I get my voice. Let's prepare for me. Hi again, Succubus. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. No, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but at least I keep my word. Oh, hold on one second. I got to... Oh, I had turned down my audio. There we go. Well, I'm back in Literature Club. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, Succubus. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you, making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Oh, come on, like he deserves any slack. Theory told me you didn't even want to join any clubs this year. And last year, too. I don't know if you plan just to come in here and hang out or what, but if you don't take us seriously, you won't see the end of it. Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Manga is literature! Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat. Don't worry, guys. Succubus always gives it his best as long as he's having fun. He helps me with my busy work without me even asking. Like cooking, cleaning my room. How dependable. Shiori, that's because your room is so messy it's distracting. And you almost set your house on fire once. Is that so? You two are really good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous. How come? You and Succubus can become good friends too. Shiori. Huh? As usual, Shiori seems oblivious to the weird situation you just put me into. Oh, Yuri, even brought you something today, you know? Wait, Shiori? Me? Not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing. What is it? Never mind. Shiori made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. What do I do? I'm sorry, Yuri, I wasn't thinking. I guess that means it's up to me to rescue the situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place, so any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It will make me happy no matter what. Anyway, let me just do a bit of that. Here we go. Is that so? Yeah, I won't make a big deal of it if you don't want me to. If you don't want to be. Alright. Well, here. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention, even if you don't usually read. And we could, you know, discuss it, if you wanted. This is this girl accidentally being so cute. She even picked out the book she thinks I'd like. Despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Phew. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled in, I expect Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club, but that doesn't seem to be the case. Sayori and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in the book. You can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around the closet. I hear Natsuki utter an exasperated sigh from within the closet. She seems to be really annoyed by something. I approach her in case she needs a hand. Hey Natsuki, what you doing? You looking for something in there? Freaking Monica! Monica's not in there. She never puts my stuff back in the right spot. Ah. What's the point in keeping your collection organized if someone else is just gonna mess it up? Natsuki slides a bunch of stacked books and boxes across the shelf. Manga. You read manga, right? Sometimes. Perhaps. Perhaps I'm a man of culture. Manga is one of those things where you can't admit you're really into it until you figure out where the other person stands. How would you know anyway? I heard you bring it up at some point. Besides, it's kind of written all on your face. What's that supposed to mean? Oh no, I bet you I fell asleep with the new chapters to Attack on Titan. Oh man, it's just, the final chapter is just blanked in on my face, ink smeared. I see. There's a lone volume of manga amidst a stack of various books on the side of one of the shelves. Curious, I pull it out of the stack. There it is. Natsuki snatches it out of my hand. Then she turns to the box of manga and slips the volume right into the middle of the rest. Ah, much better. Seeing a box set with one book missing is probably the most irritating sight in the world. Yeah, I know that feel. I don't. I get a closer look at the box she's admiring. Parfait Girls? A series I've never heard of in my life. This probably means it's either way out of my demographic or it's simply terrible. If you're gonna judge, you can do it through the glass on the door. She points to the classroom door. Hey, I wasn't judging or anything. I didn't even say anything. It was the tone of your voice. But I'll tell you one thing, Sarkopus. Consider this a lesson straight from the Literature Club. Don't judge a book by its cover. Oh, believe me, I don't need that lesson. In fact, Natsuki pulls out the first volume, Parfait Girls, from the box. I'm gonna show you exactly why. She shoves the book right into my hands. I stare at the cover. It features 4 girls in colorful attire striking animated feminine poses. It's exceedingly Don't just stand there. What? Natsuki grabs my arm and pulls me out of the closet. She then takes a seat against the wall beneath the windows. She pats on the ground next to her, signaling me to sit there. Wouldn't chairs be more comfortable? I take my seat. Chairs wouldn't work. We can't read at the same time like that. Eh? Why is that? I guess it's easier to be closer together like this. Don't just say that. You'll make me feel weird about it. Natsuki crosses her arm and scooches an inch away from me. Sorry. I didn't exactly expect to be sitting this close to her either. Not that I can say it's a particularly bad thing. I open the book. It's only a few seconds before Natsuki once again inches closer, reclaiming the additional space while she hopes I won't notice. I can feel it peering over my shoulder, much more eager to begin reading than I am. Wow, how long has it been since I read the beginning? You don't go back and flip through the older volumes every now and then? Not really. Maybe sometimes after I've finished reading the series. Hey, are you paying attention? I am, but nothing's really happened yet, so I can talk at the same time. It looks like there's a bunch of friends in high school, typical slice of life affair. I kind of grew out of this since it's rare for the writing to be entertaining enough to make up for the lack of plot. So, what should I expect from this? Is there going to be a plot? Well, obviously. Do you think I would enjoy something that didn't have a plot? I mean, well, I guess I know what you're saying. A lot of the beginning is about simple things. Like, there's a really funny chapter where they're obsessed with a guy at the ice cream shop. But it just helps you get to know the characters. And besides, it's so entertaining. But later on, there's all kinds of drama. Like when you get all into their backstories, and when some of the romance starts to happen. That's when it really makes it go good. There's so many touching parts. Oh, touching parts, you say? Is that so? Sounds like you really know what you're talking about, Natsuki. Maybe I underestimated you and your culture. Hehehe. Hey, wait. What's that supposed to mean? Ooh. Natsuki gives me a little shove. I just meant that I haven't seen you at your full power. Good save. This chapter seems like it's about baking. This is just a guess, but is there a lot of baking in this manga? Well, Natsuki pauses for a moment if she doesn't want to admit something. Yeah. Why does that matter? It doesn't. I was just curious. Since you enjoy baking too, right? That's just a coincidence. I happened to get into baking around the same time I got this manga. Like I would ever get into anything because it's in a manga. I feel bad for anyone that impressionable. Ha 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 ha. Definitely not a coincidence. I guess that explains Natsuki's interest in baking. Still, of all the hobbies to pick up from manga, that's definitely one of the better ones. Not to mention she's really good at it, so who am I to judge? She's so cute. We read on for a few minutes. I finished a couple of chapters at this point. Are you sure this isn't boring for you? It's not. Even though you're just watching me read? Well, I'm fine with that. If you say so. I guess it's fun sharing something you like with someone else. I always get excited when I convince my friends to pick up a series I enjoy. You know what I mean? You don't? That's not... Well, I wouldn't really know. What do you mean? Don't you share your manga with your friends? Could you not rub it in? Jeez. Sorry. Like I could never get any of my friends to read this. They just think manga's for kids. I can't even bring it up without them being all like, eh? You still haven't grown out of that yet? Makes me want to punch them in the face. Ugh, I know those kinds of people. They're assholes. Honestly, it takes a lot of effort to find friends who don't judge, much less friends who are also into it. I'm already kind of a loser, so I guess I gravitated towards the other losers over time. It's probably harder for someone like you. Yeah, that's pretty accurate. Wait, which part? Gee, thanks. That makes me feel so much better. I mean, I feel like I can't even keep it in my... Oh, wait. I feel like I can't even keep it in my own room. I don't even know what my dad would do if he found this. At least it's safe here in the club room. Except Monica was kind of a jerk about it. Ugh, I just can't win, can I? Well, it paid off in the end, didn't it? I mean, here I am, reading it. Well, it's not like that solves any of my problems. Maybe, but at least you're enjoying yourself, right? So... Jeez, that's enough. Are you gonna keep reading or what? Yeah. I flipped the page. Suddenly Natsuki starts laughing. I totally forgot that happens. Natsuki puts her finger on one of the panels. Minori is my favorite character. You always feel a little bad for her since she's so unlucky, but it gets especially bad when... Ooh, I shouldn't be talking about that yet. Just finish the chapter. Natsuki's voice sparkles with excitement. It's a stark contrast to her usual bossy tone. But if she's not used to sharing her favorite manga with her friends, I can understand why. It's hard to express in words the feeling you get when connecting with someone like that. And being able to provide that to Natsuki's room is a rare experience. I thought that made me smile a little to myself. Okay, everyone. Hey, are y'all ready with today's poems? Oh, come on. Could your timing be any worse? Sorry. I just need to make sure we all have enough time. Though, you do look pretty cozy over there. He, Natsuki notices how close she's gotten to me. She hastily slides herself a good 12 inches away from me. Alright, I guess we'll stop here for now. I close the book and head towards Natsuki. You're just giving it back? Don't you want to know what happens? Yeah, but Monika just said, don't be dumb. Just take it home with you. Eh? Is that really alright? I say that mostly because I didn't really plan on using my spare time to read this. Well, of course. It would take forever if you finished it. Oh wait. It would take forever to finish it if you didn't take it home. Just finish that one for tomorrow, we can start the next one. And if it gets bent, I'll kill you. By tomorrow. I only got part way through the volume so far. I might fall behind on some shows if I try to get through this, but I suppose that's a necessary sacrifice in exchange for seeing Natsuki's enthusiastic face. Or am I more scared of what will happen if I don't finish it? Alright then, I stand up. I return to where I put my stuff and carefully slip the book into my bag. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Yeah, my relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration since I've never really done this before. Oh, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share it with? I can't wait! Sayori and Monika enthusiastically pull out the poems. Sayori on her wrinkled sheet of loose leaf, torn from a spiral notebook. And on the other hand, Monika wrote hers in a composition notebook. I can already see Monika's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. Show it to Natsuki first. I told Natsuki I was interested in her poems yesterday. It's probably only fair if I shared mine with her first. Okay, well, let's start with the things I don't like. First of all, Natsuki rereads my poem. Never mind, I don't feel like giving you my opinion. Eh? Then what's the point of sharing poems in the first place? I wrote this when I could have been doing other things. Eek! In fact, remember how I said I wanted to read your poems? That's what I had in mind when writing this. I want to help you feel comfortable enough to share yours, like Monika said. Well, I would be more comfortable sharing my poems if yours was really bad. You're supposed to show me some dumb poem that make me go, ha! Well, it's not that great, but let me show you what a real literature looks like. You went and ruins it. Hope you're happy. So, in other words, you're saying you liked it? Natsuki retorts get caught in her throat. You're so... You don't understand anything, do you? Alright. All these extra things you're making me say, no I do not. I already told you that you don't have to go announcing it to the world like you're all self-important. Pretty sure you never actually said that. I say that mostly to myself. Natsuki must really hate me or something. I can't figure out if it's a win or a loss that you like my poem. In any case, you still need to show me yours, right? Fine, I guess. Only because Monika will make me if I don't. And we got the classic one. Eagles can fly, monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race, owls can seek, cheetahs can run. Eagles can fly, people can try, but that's about it. That does have a lot of meaning into it, even though it's so simple. I told you we weren't gonna like it. I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks my writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff. So people don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't that the point of poems, to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly. I like when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem. Seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening, so I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight into the wordplay. Like a setup for a rhyme at the end, but then may it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line. So you did. I guess more went into it than I realized. It didn't get past me. That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? Yeah, I guess not. I decided to humor her with that last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki's feeling proud, then I will take that away from her. Hi, Sarkopus. Having a good time so far? Yeah. Good. Glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, have you ever had any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better? I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring those things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course, I'll be afraid to bring those things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Don't worry, Sarkopus. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know. But that's the sort of barrier we all need to learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. Hey, Monica, my poem. I like it, Sarkopus. Really? It's a lot cuter than I expected. Oh, jeez. No. It kind of makes me think of something Natsuki would write. And she's a good writer, too. So take that as a compliment. If you say so. Yep. By any chance, have you read anything by Shel Silverstein? Well, this is new. Eh? Maybe a long time ago. He's famous for telling all kinds of stories in just a few simple words. His poems can be funny, endearing, or even sad. Sometimes they're only a few lines long. They might even feel like they're written for kids, but if you think about them, they can express views the world would apply to anybody. I see. So you're saying that Natsuki is kind of like that? Sort of. Maybe she's not an expert, but you probably won't find much filler in her poems. They might be easy to write, but they're super challenging to get the meaning through. So I can see why it would be your kind of poem to explore. I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. It could take a while before I feel comfortable doing this. That's okay. I'd love to see you try new things. That's the best way to find what kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little bit biased towards their own kinds of styles, but I'll always help you find what suits you the most. So don't force yourself to write the way everyone else wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. Yeah, right. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know? I see. Well, let's read it then. And the classic sad one, Hole in the Wall. It couldn't have been me. See, the direction the sparkle protrudes, a noisy neighbor, an angry boyfriend. I'll never know, I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. I reel, blind, like a film, left out in the sun, but it's too late. My retinas. Already scorched with a permanent copy of the meaningless image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It was too deep, stretching forever into everything. A hole of infinite choices. I realize now that I wasn't looking in. I was looking out. And he on the other side was looking in. That has so much more meaning now that we know. So, what do you think? It's very freeform if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. It's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines, where preformed out loud and can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone's better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes, when you're writing a poem or a story, you Your brain gets too fixated on one point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about this, if you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for the day. Thanks for listening! This is a good poem, Succubus. Are you sure it's your first time? Of course. It's not that good. I am the kind of guy who would be writing poems in his spare time. Or am I the kind of guy who would be writing poems in his spare time? Hehe, I guess you're right. But that's why it impressed me. Well, to be honest, I was afraid that you wouldn't do it seriously. Or that you wouldn't write one at all. I'm really happy that you just wrote one. It reminds me of how you're really part of the club now. Not to mention the fact that I'm standing right in front of you in the club room. Well, of course, I'm not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I can't break. That does mean I'll break my promise. See? It's like I said before, Succubus. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know? Trying new things like this for other people, it's something that only really good people do. Thanks, Shiori. I'm not sure if Shiori sees a full picture of my motive here. Then again, I can't deny that she's part of the reason I joined. Knowing how much this means to her and all. Yeah, and I'm gonna make sure you have lots of fun here, okay? That will be my way of thanking you. Alright, I'm gonna hold you to that then. Yay! Now you read my poem too, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this. We'll see about that. Dear Sunshine, the way you glow through my blinds in the morning makes me feel like you miss me. Kissing my forehead to help me out of bed. Making me rub the sleepy from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Or are you trusting me to wish away a rainy day? I look above, the sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever. But I'm not mad. I want breakfast. Yeah, the whole I could sleep forever is not okay. Shiori, this is just a guess, but did you wait until morning to write this? No, just a little bit. You can't answer just a little bit to a yes or no question. I forgot to do it last night. Well, at least that makes me feel a little bit better about myself. Don't be mean. I still tried my best. Yeah, I didn't mean to say it was a bad poem. It came out nice, or how should I put it? Sounds just like you. Really? Yeah, especially that last line. I made eggs and toast, even though you were late to school. It's bad to skip breakfast. I get all cranky. Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyway, thanks for showing me. Hehehe. This was so much fun. Monika's the best. Yeah. But next time, I won't forget. And I'm gonna write the best poem ever. I guess I look forward to it. And now Yuri. Yuri stares at the poem. A minute passes, more than enough time for her to finish reading it. Sorry, I forgot to start speaking. It's fine, don't force yourself. I'm not, I just need to put my thoughts into words. Hold on. Okay, this is your first time writing a poem, right? Yeah, why do you ask? I'm just making sure. I guess that might be after reading through it. So it's that bad. No! Did I just raise my voice? I'm so sorry. Yuri buries her face in her hands. I couldn't help but notice that she's in several minutes and really haven't gotten anywhere. It might take Yuri a while to get used to the new people. It's fine, I really didn't notice. What were you saying? Right, it's just that there are specific writing styles and habits that are usually typical of new writers, and having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing here I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick up a writing style separate from the topic matter and form fit the two together. The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stemming is completely gone, unlike mine, and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little biased though. Biased? How? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about other people like that. Sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri was apologizing to herself, to me, or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily as if that was a rare opportunity for her. Which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't it supposed to be a literature club? Ghost under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow. Bathing. It must be this one. The last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe, calm, breathing air of the present, but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back. I'm sorry to have such terrible handwriting. What? No, I wasn't thinking that at all. But it took you a long time to read it. Well, that's just because I don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting's pretty. That's a relief. Also, I really liked the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you liked it. I'll be honest, since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Actually, the story isn't about ghosts at all, Succubus. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Oh, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. But remember that poets often express their own thoughts and feelings and experiences into their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn, putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive. It's nothing really, and it makes me happy that you think that. Just remember that it won't be long before you pick up on these things too. Yeah, maybe you're right. I guess I'll have to keep trying. I'm counting on you. Phew! I guess that's everyone. I glance around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. So if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poem can stand up to theirs. It's a literature club after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Yuri and Monika are happily chatting. Eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They're gingerly exchanging sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of them and their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language? Huh? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancies. Oh, thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you completely miss a symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feelings of giving up. How can that be so cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. Eh? You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple of suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Siri liked it, and Succubus did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me, I appreciate the offer, but I spent a long time establishing my own writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless of course I have come across something with particularly inspiring. Which I haven't yet. And Succubus liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it. Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh, I didn't realize you were trying to invest someone's... Oh, wait. I didn't realize you were trying to invest... Wait, what? Oh, okay, yeah, no, that's why I was messing up. I can't speak! I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. Huh? That's not what You... You're... You just... Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that Succubus appreciates my advice more than he appreciated yours. Huh? And how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? You mean your criticism? Are you that full of yourself? No. If I was full of myself, I wouldn't deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Yee. Is everyone okay? Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as Succubus started showing up. Natsuki? Natsuki, that's a little... This doesn't involve you. I don't like fighting, guys. Suddenly, both girls turned towards me as if they had just noticed I was standing there. Succubus, she's trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. If she could get over herself and learn to appreciate that simple writing is more effective, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. What's the point in making all your poems all convoluted for no reason? The meaning should jump out to the rear, not force them to have to figure it out. Help me explain that to her, Succubus. Wait, there's a reason I have so many deep and expressive words in our language. It's the only way to convey complex feelings and meaning through most effectively. Avoiding them is not only unnecessary, limiting yourself, it's also a waste. You understand that, right, Succubus? Well? How did I get dragged to this in the first place? It's not like I know anything about writing, but whoever I agree with, they'll probably think more highly of me. So, of course, it's going to be... Natsuki glares at me, drying up any words I have in my mouth. So instead, I turn to Yuri. Yuri. But Yuri's expression is so defenseless, I can't bring myself to say anything to her. Sayori! Eh? Yeah, everyone's fighting is making Sayori uncomfortable. How can the two of you keep fighting when you're making your friends feel like this? Succubus? Oh, that's her problem. This isn't about her. I agree. It's unfair for others to interject in their own feelings of our conflict. Yeah, unless Sayori wants to tell Yuri what a stuck-up jerk she's being. She would never. It's your immaturity that's made her upset in the first place. Excuse me, are you listening to yourself? This is exactly why nobody likes... Stop! Natsuki, Yuri, you guys are my friends. I just want everyone to get along and be happy. My friends are wonderful people, and I love them because of their differences. Natsuki's poems. They're amazing because they give you so many feelings with just a few words. And Yuri's poems are amazing because they paint a beautiful picture in your head. Everyone's so talented, so why are we fighting? Because, well, also, Natsuki's cute, and there's nothing wrong with that. And Yuri's boobs are the same as they've always were. Big and beautiful. Sayori stands up triumphantly. Monika stands behind her with a bewildered expression. I'll make some tea. Yuri rushes off, big boobs in hand. Natsuki sits down with a blank expression on her face, staring at nothing. So this is why Sayori is vice president, I whispered to Monika. She nods in return. To be honest, I might come off as a good leader, but I can organize things, but I'm not very good with people. I couldn't even bring myself to interject. As president, it's kind of embarrassing of me. Nah, it's not like I can blame you. I wasn't able to say anything either. Well, I guess that just means Sayori is amazing in her own way, isn't she? You could say that. She might be an airhead sometimes, but she's weirdly suspicious that she knows exactly what she's doing. I see. Take good care of her, okay? I'd hate to see her get herself hurt. That makes two of us. You can count on me. Monika smiles sweetly at me, causing my stomach to knot. She's such a genuine person, really make a good president, regardless of what she says. If only I could get the chance to talk to her a little more. Alright, so one thing, that was a new line. Monika never, well, she did, but she didn't say it like that. That's a new line with Sayori getting hurt. That's new. I feel like that's new. Okay, everyone. It's just about time for us to leave. How'd you all feel about sharing your poems? It was a lot of fun. Well, I'd say it was worth it. It was alright, well, mostly. Succubus, how about you? Yeah, I'd say the same. It was a neat thing to talk about with everyone. Awesome. In that case, we'll do the same thing tomorrow. And maybe you learn something from your friends too. So your poems will turn out even better. I think to myself, did I learn a little more about the kinds of poems everyone likes? With any luck, that means I can at least do a better job on impressing those I want to impress. I nod to myself in newfound determination. Sarkopus, ready to walk home? Sure, let's go. Hehehe. Sayori beams at me. It's truly been a while since Sayori and I spent this much time together. I can't really say I'm not enjoying it either. Sayori, about what happened earlier. What do you mean? You know, between Yuri and Natsuki. Does that kind of thing happen often? No. That's really the first time I've seen them fight like that. I promise they're both wonderful people. You don't hate them, do you? No, I don't hate them. I just wanted your opinion, that's all. I can see why they'd make good friends with you. Phew. You know, Sarkopus, it's nice that I get to spend time with you in the club. But I think seeing you get along with everyone is what makes me the happiest. And I think everyone really likes you too. That's... Everything is going to be so much fun. It looks like Sayori still hasn't caught on the kind of situation I'm in. Sure, being friends with everyone's nice, but does it really need to stop there? We'll just have to see what the future holds, Sayori. I pat Sayori on the shoulders. I said that more to myself than to her, but it's easy to use Sayori as an internal monologue sometimes. Okay, let's do this. And dun, this video's over. Why? Because I stop at poems. I do want to try to get as many videos of this out as I can, rather than just do it all in a couple of videos. But I might make another one, or I might just, I don't know. I'm enjoying this like a lot. Like, it's going slower and not looking different from the original game, but at the same time, you know it is different. I actually don't know what's going to happen at all, and I'm quite curious. But this one's done. Now I have to crawl back into my lair and pray that tomorrow comes quick so I can get my excess work done and get right back to making another one. But thank you guys, and I'm going to end it here and go to sleep because I'm tired. Bye bye.